Hey everyone, I wanted to introduce you to Aaron. He has a unique architecture business. Met him recently, awesome guy. As you can see, he has great beard too, by the way. Uh, well-trimmed beard. But I'll let him introduce him beyond the beard. So Aaron, kind of introduce yourself. What do you do? And how did you come aboard doing what you're doing now?
Raju, it's great to talk to you. Thank you on the beard. Beyond the beard, that could be the name of my new podcast. But I'm an architect. I decided I wanted to be an architect when I was 12. It was a pretty linear path through school into university and then getting licensed. That's when things got interesting. After about a decade of being employed as an architect, I decided I needed to make a pivot and do something a lot more fun and a lot more terrifying, which was become an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur and an architect, I've found that I'm able to really engage with the type of people that I love to work with and do the type of projects, the things that have meaning in a way that I hadn't before. So the architecture is sort of a way to fuel the entrepreneurship that's kind of sort of burning right there, just about a foot below the beard. And I focus on mostly residential design. I've done different commercial and different types of projects. One of the largest was actually a large homeless outreach and rehabilitation center. But I work mostly now with single family homes and large renovations, working with individuals, their families, and really finding what we can do to make a perfect setting for them.
Gotcha. Awesome. So with that, you have you didn't get into it, but I'm sure you'll get into it now. So you have a unique base, or you like to work with unique individuals. So could you get into that, and who can you help, and who would you like to connect also included in that?
Of course. So I think just like most people, you like working with people that are, at least in some sense, similar to you. They have the same values, they have the same vibe, the same interests and passions and way of looking at the world. And so I really love working with entrepreneurs, founders, sort of the big idea visionary kind of people, where you start talking about one thing and it goes off into space travel or their last trip up some high mountain, or the conversation goes anywhere, and it's all tied together because it's all based on big ideas and values, and living that kind of life that makes you get up every morning and really get excited. So working with those types of people, they're usually at the point where they've kind of outgrown the 9 to 5, either at the point that we're talking or sometime in the past. And so because of that, they have their own really unique, dialed in lifestyle, doing what they love on their terms, the way that they love doing it. And because of that, your typical home isn't really a good fit for them a lot of the time. They may travel a lot, they may have really unique hobbies, they may like to entertain in a particular way. And what we do is we figure out what's their lifestyle like, what's their family culture, how do they love to live. And that's what we base the design of their home around. It's basically just a place to live the life that they have grown into.
Awesome. So obviously, those are the people you're looking to connect to, um, who you can essentially work with them, or they, essentially see if they want to work with you now or in the future.
Exactly. I'm looking to connect specifically with anybody who doesn't really love that 9 to 5 lifestyle, who's working to get out of that or is already out of that. They're either a solopreneur, a business owner with employees, or somebody who's just got this huge idea that they're throwing everything in their life toward accomplishing. And the right kind of a space can really supercharge those efforts. That's the whole idea, where living in a place that suits you makes every part about life easier. You get into flow better, and you enjoy every day more.
Awesome. So yeah, if you guys, anyone listening out there that rhymes with you, reach out to him. Maybe not now, but in the future, that might be the thing you want. So reach out to Aaron, and he's obviously great to talk to. So just make a connection there. Awesome, Aaron. So next question, what inspires you to get up and do what you do every day? I did hear a little bit in your answer before, but I'll let you get into it more.
Well, I'll try not to be too cliche, but part of it is just family and the life that I have, my wife, my kids. Without that, life would be completely different. And so I like it the way it is. Getting up every day and watching my kids grow, getting to spend time with them, but also doing the work that I love to do, working with other visionaries and big idea people and learning from them. Architects need to be able to have enough proficiency at everything to sound like they're having an educated conversation. But usually everyone else in the room knows more about the topic than we do. I just know enough to keep up. And so I love working with people and learning about what they do or whatever their fascinating niche interest or hobby is. And then figuring out, okay, how do we design a house to fit that? That's the kind of challenge that really gets me out of bed in the morning.
Awesome. Wow, that's very interesting, very fascinating indeed. Awesome, Aaron. So yeah, then, well, with your entrepreneur journey, I'm sure you had a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of lessons learned. So lots of tips too. So what's the one tip you can share that has helped you in business or personal life?
Ooh, if I had to pick one, the lesson I've learned that had the most profoundly transformative effect on my life, my business, everything was to disconnect my sense of self from the goal that I'm working on at any given moment. To not feel like I have to make this work in the way that I see it working, or else I'm somehow diminished by it, or I'm somehow a failure or not worth it, or something along those lines, where you need to have goals, you need to have passions, but you also need to have a sense of self that's completely bulletproof compared to the things you're pursuing. Because that way, if something doesn't work out, oh well, you live, you learn, you move on, you do something else. But if you're so tied to something, if you have a sacred cow, a baby that you just cannot detach from, if it doesn't work out, you're crushed, you're ruined, you don't know what to do. And it's not a fun way to live life.
Awesome. So basically, don't get too attached to the end result, but the process, and enjoy the. That's a great way to. Nobody ever put it that way, the way you put it, but that was awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Aaron. Well, thanks for taking the time, and I will be posting whatever information. I think Aaron has a website. I know he has a website because I've seen it. And whatever information I'll be posting, tagging him and with the LinkedIn post, or on YouTube, you'll see it in the about section. So reach out to him and see if there is something to be done together now, or maybe in the future, if you like what he said. So thanks, Aaron, again.
Raju, thanks. Talk to you soon.